Hey guys, it's me Sandra, TTC 45, and as you guys have noticed by the title of this video, Pebbles is here, and she actually came sooner than expected, so this video is a few weeks delayed because I had other videos that I wanted to post before I got around to posting this video. But anybody that's following me on Instagram probably already know that I've already had her. She actually came 2 weeks before her scheduled due date. I'm sorry, 2 weeks before her scheduled induction date. But her due date was actually February the 22nd, which means she was 5 weeks early. And you guys know that I was a little concerned about that because I wanted to make sure she was big enough and healthy enough for me to take her home. I didn't want to leave her behind in the hospital, but unfortunately, that's exactly what I had to do. Now, I am going to be posting a labor and delivery video shortly after this video, sometime soon. But as of now, I just want to talk about what caused her to come early. Now, you guys know that at the beginning of this month, I was having issues with my blood pressure, and the doctor diagnosed me with mild preeclampsia. But we was trying and hoping that we can keep her in at least to 37 weeks, which would have been the 1st of February. However, due to some strenuous and stressful situations that's been going on within my immediate family, the blood pressure got out of control again, and he had to deliver her via C-section as an emergency because the blood pressure had gotten so high that they was afraid I would either have a stroke or either have a seizure. She was doing good throughout the whole process, but it was me that they was more concerned about. And I was a little bit disappointed because A, I wanted her to stay in there a little longer, and B, I didn't want no C-section. You guys know I was totally against that as well. I've never had a C-section, but I also understood the health risk if I didn't go in and have it done. So I reluctantly went in and had a C-section. My daughter was in the delivery room with me, and like I said, I will give you guys the video of my labor and delivery later on. But she wore 5 pounds 11 ounces. She, the first day, when they evaluate them, they have them connected to different things like breathing machines and IVs and all of that other good stuff, just to make sure that they're okay. But by the next day, all of that was removed. She's actually doing well on her own. The only concern now is that she's not eating like she should, so her weight is kind of dropping, and therefore they don't want to release her until she's able to eat well and her weight is starting to go the other direction. Now, the good thing about this particular hospital is that if you have a baby that's not going home with you, they do allow you to keep your room that you have after you deliver as a hotel stay, and it's absolutely free. So I am still in my room after giving birth to her. She was born on January the 18th, and today is, I believe, is January the 28th. So she's a little over a week old, and she is downstairs in the special care nursery. I'm upstairs in the room that they brought me to after I gave birth. But like I said, I'm only in here as a hotel stay, so I don't get the special nurse treatment, and I don't get to eat the hospital food or anything else. I just get to stay and shower and go downstairs and see her whenever I want to. So that's a good thing. But what I do is go home every other day just so that I won't abandon home, because I do still do have, you know, family there that depends on me, and as well as pets. And I go home every other day. I'm here every other day, hoping that she comes home fairly soon. Um, as for me, I'm doing great. Surprisingly, the C-section wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I've had many friends or family members, and even my own daughters, who've had C-section, and I watched them recover from that. It didn't seem like it was a pretty, good recovery, but I'm actually doing well. I'm getting around well. I can barely feel any pain. Actually, I don't have any pain at all. It's more like soreness than I do the pain. And I get up and walk as nothing had ever happened. So I'm very blessed, because I think about when I had that surgery to have that cyst removed, that recovery was hell. So I was hoping that I didn't have to go through that pain again, and God answered those prayers. So I'm kind of okay. I'm okay with the decision. Right now, I'm just a little concerned about being able to continue to breastfeed her, because I'm not able to breastfeed her now. One of the reasons is because she gets so comfortable with me till when she get on her breast nipple, she just falls asleep. And that's one of the things that they worried about, is her not getting enough milk. So they want me to pump the milk and give it to her by bottle. And it has its ups and its downs, because it's hard to really stay on a schedule when you're up and down at the hospital, and you're in and out of the hospital. So it's really kind of hard to stay on a schedule. Like, I've been home since yesterday, and I just got back today, and so far this is the amount of milk that I've been able to pump within the last 24 hours. Now, it may look like a lot, but if it does not increase, it's not going to be a lot. That's a lot for her right now, because she's only taking so much milk right as of now. But I do notice that the supply is slowing down, because before, when I was pumping, it was like bursting out. Now it's like it burst out at the beginning, and then it gets slowly drip, 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 and it's like I'm not getting that same supply that I was getting. Now, at home, I use my Spectra 2, which is the hospital grade version of a pump that was purchased by my insurance company. And when I'm here, I use the hospital grade pump, this is their pump, which is the Medela pump. This is their pump. They allow you to use their pump as long as you're in the hospital, or as long as the baby is in the hospital. You can actually have two of them. You can have one in your room, and you can have one downstairs with the baby, because sometimes it's easier to pump while you're holding the baby, because the milk will come out better. But what I've learned that does work is the skin to skin. So I try to do as much skin to skin with her as possible. I'm still working on other options to keep the flow going. Just like I said, unless I'm pumping every 2 hours, I'm not going to get that flow like I want it. But it's hard for me to do when I'm juggling home and here and upstairs and downstairs, and then trying to find sleep in between. So, but yeah, things is not going the way I had wanted it, or the way I had planned for it. But I'm just happy that she made her arrival healthy, and she's not sick. She has no issues, none whatsoever. We just need to get her to eat. Hopefully she get to go home one day this week. The kids, I know, is really asking every day, when is my little sister coming home? They really can't wait for her to get home, and I tell them all the time, I can't wait to get her home. But you know, I don't know. I just do as I'm told, and go with the flow. But anyway, I just want to thank you guys for being with me throughout this whole journey. I am one of the fortunate ones that, got what we all are on here to get, and that's a baby. The question still remains, would I do this again? I wouldn't even be able to answer that right now. If I answered that, it probably wouldn't even be an honest answer. I wouldn't be able to answer that for a long time, at least a year or two. But at this point, I'm just want to enjoy her. And I do have 6 months off of work. I know that's going to be kind of cutting it with not having, a whole lot of income. But I did a lot of overtime to save for this. And I'm hoping that things work out the way I planned it. And no unexpected, unforeseen, something that I have to do involving money comes up, unless it's winning a lottery, of course. And I can take this time and enjoy her. So I'm thinking that maybe in another video I will get a chance to show you guys pictures of her. I haven't really been taking too many pictures of her since she's been born, but I do plan on taking a lot once she get home, because then at that time I can switch out little pretty outfits for her and stuff. Right now she just wearing whatever the hospital put on her. So, but I do have some pictures that I posted up on Instagram for those of you who are following me on Instagram. And I will be showing you guys her as soon as I bring her home. So continue to pray for me, pray for her, and pray that we get my little Pebbles home as soon as possible. Love you ladies. Bye.